Okay, today we need to see the list of conjunction used in English. This means there's a conjunctions join the words, phrases, and clauses together. This article provided a brief overview of the different types of conjunctions and their function in the sentences. One, coordinate conjunction, but, so, or, and coordinating conjunctions join with word phrases or independent clauses of sentences together. They often link the similar grammatical part of the sentences together, part of speech and parts of speech, or the phrase plus phrase, clause plus clause. Here is some example sentences. We went to the park, but we didn't have time for the museum. She has to work late tonight, so she cannot make it to the party. So number three is the lab meet at the beach or in front of hotels. On Friday night, we watched TV and a movie. In the sentences, coordinating conjunctions come into being the individual words, phrases, and independent clause they are joining. Number two, we can see subordinating conjunctions. After all those, because, if, also, as long as, till, unless, when, while, in spite of, or before, even though, as, provided that, until, once, as soon as, whereas, despite. Subordinating conjunction join an independent clause which contains both a subject and a verb and can act as a complete sentences, and a dependent clause that which also contains a subject and a verb but is not complete sentences. Here are some example sentences. Number one, they went running although even though it was very hot. We went to the beach despite of in spite of the rainy weather. There we decided to go to the cinema because it was too cold. Or to go to the beach. For Monica lives in New York, whilst her brother lives in California. And number five is when works after he had finished his breakfast. Number six, he finished breakfast before he went to work. I will go there if you go too. Or you can just put provided that as long as. I won't go there unless you go too. We can leave when you are ready. You can't drive until you get your license. Subordinating conjunctions always comes at the beginnings of a dependence clause. However, dependent clause sometimes comes from independent clause separated by a comma. So we could write the sentences this way. First, although it was very hot, they went running. Despite rainy weather, we went to the beach. Because it was supposed to go to the beach, we decided to go to the cinema. Well, his brother lives in California, my father lives in New York. After finish his breakfast, he went to work. Before he went to work, he finishes his breakfast. If provide you go to, I will go there. Unless you go to, I won't go there. When you are ready, we can leave. Until you get your license, I can drive. Coordinating conjunction join the past sentences is similar, whereas subordinating conjunction often shows a contractions or unequal relationship. So the linking word across sentences. Linking words across sentences always linking a word second sentences to an idea in the previous sentences. That means they come at the beginnings of the second sentences. Number first is in addition to is however, three, therefore, for is firstly. Secondly, you can just using the linking word. Thirdly, finally, consequently. On the other hand, furthermore, this kind of word can be joined to the like you will write in essays, okay, across the sentences are uses either in contrast with the previous sentences or for continuous, it's the same idea. Here are some examples. It's a nice place to live for many reasons, including the fantasy summer weather, beach, and parks. In addition, there are a lot of pubs, clubs, restaurants, and cafes to enjoy. However, there is not much to do in the winter when it's cool and rainy. Not much fun outdoor activities. Okay, therefore, consequently, if you're planning to visit the perch, it's best to come during the November and April, which is the hottest time. Before you travel, you need to think about the number of things. Make sure your passport is up to date. Secondly, get up some travel insurance in case something goes wrong with the trip. Make sure your packs has a pair of sunglasses and some strong sunscreen for the beach. Finally, change some money into Aussie dollars before you leave your country. Okay, and the next we can choose the best word. This is the exercise you can do. Okay, you can screenshot, and after you do, you can send to me. Okay, this is the answer. We need to read. We ate a pizza and a kebab. We need to join it. We had some cake, but we didn't have any coffee. I had a allergy, so I didn't go to the party. You can have coffee or tea, but no both. I can't came to school because I have an important appointment. I will call you when I get home. As long as you do the homework, you pass the course. I wanted to eat Japanese food, where my wife wanted to eat Chinese food. Oh, you cannot go into that bar unless you are 18 or older. So need doesn't need to drink this beer because that will cause the side effect for you. So it's negative. Don't do like that. Don't drink the alcohol. And she still went to the work even though she was sick. Don't call me until you have finished your works. Despite the bad weather, they decided to the next. Wash your hands before you eat your dinner. Because in this or the pandemic COVID-19, you make sure that you wash your hands before eat and make sure that the virus is not on your hands. So make sure that it's clean for your hand and to eat the dinner. And please to take care of yourself and stay safe, stay home. I didn't have to correct visa. Consequently, I could not enter the country. I like milk, butter, cream, and yogurt. However, I don't like cheese. He didn't pass exam because he didn't study or done his homework. In addition, he didn't not go to school on exam day. You can have an ice cream point that you have finished your homework. Well, John was fixing the car. His wife is making the sandwich. Okay, he could not get a job in spite of his excellent qualifications. I will love you till I die. Wow, so amazing. I had a shower as soon as I got home. Okay. If you don't work hard, you won't get a promotions. You won't get a promotion unless you work hard. Although we had no money, we still have a good time to do the thing. It's a benefit for you. Okay, is today lessons. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, my name is Uika Lokma. Even though no, I'm still a student. I just teach you to learn some English and some lessons you know you can see other videos.